Warning, this is a review of a horror series, so expect some vile images, and this is an adult channel, so there's going to be some swearing and some lingo. You want to see this? I recommend you click off. Mature audiences only. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm a massive fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. It, FNAF, and Pokemon are my favorite video game franchises. Although, I think the Sonic series needs more villains. Recently we had Infinite and Sonic Forces, but despite his solid design, he sucked. He was barely there, and he turned evil because Shadow beat him up. A good villain like Chaos does exist, but he's pretty much mindless monster that betrays Eggman. However, what if I tell you there was a Sonic fan villain that I think had the potential to be Sonic's best villain, as he single-handedly traumatized not only Sonic's friends, but an entire generation. Brad vs. Sonic.exe. First things first, let's go with his origins. So, usually the version of the character is a possessed version of Sonic. Here, he was a clone made of Sonic CEA and parts of Metal Sonic, made by, you guessed it, Dr. Robotnik. However, because this is fucking Robotnik we are talking about, he escapes and attacks Eggman, and he goes out to conquer the world himself. Gee, I wonder where I've seen this before. Man, this dude sucks at making monsters. To a side note, I do like his design here, it kind of looks cute, although we'll get back to that in a bit. An ordinary day in Green Hill Zone where Tails is looking for Sonic, he finds a conveniently placed Sonic who, by the way, I didn't know this is when I first watched this, but you can actually see him floating. And Tails goes to get him, but cue the iconic red and black sky. And because a child prodigy in the series is fucking stupid, he goes up to him. And it's Sonic, everything's fine. Okay, listen, you played the game, you know what the hell this is. Boom, nigga! Tails gets scared and flies off with EXE on his tail. He finds his human skull with these broken bones. Where did they find human remains at? I don't know. I don't even know EXE himself did this. EXE gives up on Tails and he stabs and kills him. Except no, because it's a demon, you can't kill demons with fucking materialistic objects. And we get this clean ass shot of Tails getting stabbed. EXE then takes a stick from the game and adds Tails' head onto it as a trophy, which I wish he did this more in the series, because he does this in the game with all his victims. Here, he only does it once, which sucks, because that's a key characteristic of the film. So, he goes out to Knuckles, the guardian of Angel Island, who was out looking for Tails. EXE shows him Tails' corpse in order to instill fear for him. Knuckles falls sad, but he then gets back up and is enraged and charges at EXE. But EXE can teleport, so he scratches his eye and Knuckles takes off flying. EXE, however, obviously wants his meal. So in order to get his meal, he takes a tree, turns it into a bunch of sticks, and launches it at Knuckles. And then this dumbass, for some reason, pokes his head out, and one goes straight through his brain and takes it out. Yeah, you're an idiot for that. So with the two idiots gone, he sets his eyes on his creator, Dr. Ivor Robotnik. He gives chase, echoing, Eggman, and makes a gesture of a slit throat, scaring Eggman flying off, which saddens him a bit. He makes these nasty ass tentacles to grab Eggman, but for the one and only time in the series, karma is a bitch. Eggman rolls up the Eggomatic with a secret button in his pocket and launches it at his old creation, making him flare in fear as he gets obliterated, and then he dies. Except no, he just becomes withered and is really mad, which is the pose he takes on the thumbnail. And then Eggman, for some goddamn reason, I don't know why, leaves his Eggomatic hovercraft outside and goes to a cave. Listen, I know he's using the game as a template, like all other animes at this time, but, bruh, you have this overpowered weapon that literally made this nigga look like this. Why not use it more and take him out? Ugh. This is a horror series, characters are stupid. He goes to the cave, he gets ambushed by EXE's jump scare. he tries to fight EXE, who originally just stomped on his gut and thought he was dead. And EXE eventually gets tired of his father's stupidity, so he gives him his iconic speech of, "Years and years of your life spent deploying your pathetic contraptions in an attempt to defeat me. They were just all for nothing, weren't they? No matter what improvements you make, no matter how much you tinker with your little toys, they just all end in failure. You wanna know why? Because I am the universe. I am the ultimate life, for I am life and death. I am God." And it rips Eggman to shreds. With side note, one problem I have with this EXE is that he needs more voice lines. After this, he stops talking, which sucks because I love his voice. Perfect mix of creepy, while at the same time you can understand him. But this is where the game ends. Here, however, we get the little kicker, where he absorbs the souls of Tails, Knuckles, and his father, and transforms into Phase 2. Which, I don't like him not having gloves because it's fucking disgusting. I do like the 4 eyes, and mouth under the nose looks weird. But I love the needles being spread more out, and the spikes on the arms. It's a beautiful day in Green Hills. Birds are chirping, clouds are singing. On days like these, Amy's like you should be burning in hell. Turn around, girl. It'd be a crime. Okay, sorry. For real. Amy goes to see her boyfriend Sonic, and cause she's stupid, she goes to the portal, becomes a puppet, and then the best kill in the series. I love EXE being a little puppet master, holding Amy around like a marionette, and then finishing her off. Although this isn't the end for Amy. Cause next, this big son of a bitch actually goes after Cream, the most sweetest character in the series, and he lures her into a trap involving speed potions. And usually in the game, she stabs here and dies. But not here. She actually stops and reflects on what was going to happen. EXE, however, is impatient and actually does it himself. Yes, this big bastard killed a kid. So, Amy from earlier is now an EXE herself, although she can't talk. And she creams his soul from her corpse, feeds it to EXE, and he becomes Phase 3. And now he's at the Sally Acorn, the princess of the Kingdom of Acorn and Sonic's ex-girlfriend. And then it never fucking happened because this was back in 2020, it's 2026, and there's no new episodes. Although I do want to talk about 2 more things. One, this thing called the Threshold, which is supposed to be his final form, which looks like it's supposed to involve all the Chaos Emeralds. I prefer the first one, to be honest. Like, the one we have now fucking sucks. I think the arms on that one are better, but I don't know, I just like the way the face looks on this one. I just think it looks better and more visually appealing to me in my eyes, but hey, that's just me. EXE in this series is without doubt an awesome villain, and while he does have a bunch of reaction videos, not a lot of people will give him a proper review. And I do think he deserves it. He takes a shitty creepypasta, makes it actually scary, has a wide variety of unique kills that will stick in your brain. So, best Sonic villain in the fandom. Later.